Let's be real. If a woman doesn't respect you, the relationship is already broken. Not cracked, broken. And most men today don't even realize when it's happening. They think being patient, being understanding, being the good guy will eventually earn her respect. It won't. In the modern dating world, respect is the foundation. Once it's gone, everything else crumbles. Love, attraction, loyalty. All of it. You've probably been there. She talks over you. She mocks your opinions. She flirts with other men in front of you. She rolls her eyes when you speak. And you try to fix it by being nicer, more giving, more available. What happens? She respects you even less. That's because you're showing weakness, not strength. You're showing fear, not confidence. And deep down, she doesn't feel safe with a man she can walk all over. Respect doesn't come from begging, explaining, or hoping. It comes from standards, from self-control, from silence, from actions that say, I don't tolerate this, without yelling, without chasing, without drama. The truth is, how you handle disrespect says everything about your masculinity. Women test men constantly, and if you keep folding, she stops seeing you as a man. This video isn't about revenge, games, or playing the tough guy. It's about reclaiming your position as a man who commands respect, not through ego, but through presence. You're not here to teach her how to behave. You're here to show her what happens when she doesn't. Handle it the right way, and you'll either change her behavior or change your life for the better. Either way, you win. Let's break this down step by step. Here's exactly how to handle a woman who doesn't respect you, like a man who's done being walked on. Before we start the video, I want to remind you that my exclusive online course on mastering the dating game is available now. If you've been learning from my YouTube videos, you're only scratching the surface. This course goes deeper, teaching you everything you need to know about the dating game, from approaching a woman to building real attraction. We just finished section 5 in the course, and you won't find this information on videos on my channel. It's easy to access with a secure payment option. Visit stoicapproachtolife.podia.com or click the link in the description to enroll now and improve your dating life. 1. Walk away first. If she doesn't respect you, the first move isn't to fix her, it's to remove yourself. Most men are wired to chase. They think if they just do more, text more, call more, explain themselves better, she'll come around. But a woman who disrespects you is watching to see what you tolerate. And when you stay while she's stepping on your dignity, she marks you as weak. Walking away doesn't mean storming off or throwing a tantrum. It means becoming emotionally unavailable the second she crosses the line. It means stopping the conversation when she raises her voice. It means cutting the date short when she becomes rude. It means not replying to that message that was clearly designed to test your patience. Here's the secret women won't say out loud. They don't respect the man who stays no matter how they act. They respect the man who isn't afraid to leave, even if it costs him her attention. And in the modern dating game, attention is currency. You hold more power by taking yours away than by giving it endlessly. Walking away shifts the entire dynamic. It forces her to think, to reflect, to feel your absence. But more importantly, it shows her something she rarely sees: discipline. Most guys fold under pressure. You walk. That alone separates you. This isn't about being cold or heartless. It's about setting the tone. A man who walks away first isn't doing it out of emotion. He's doing it because his standards don't allow him to stay. He doesn't chase chaos. He doesn't fight to keep someone who's comfortable being disrespectful. And when a woman sees that, even if she doesn't say it, she remembers it. That memory lingers every time she's around another man who tolerates what you refuse to. You want her to feel something real? Let her feel your absence. Let her feel the discomfort of losing a man who doesn't beg for crumbs of validation, the one who knows exactly who he is. That's how you shift the power. Not with arguments, not with pleading, with silence and distance, with action. Walking away is not weakness, it's the beginning of real strength. And it puts her in a position she's not used to, chasing a man who refuses to be disrespected. 2. Set the standard. Without saying a word. A man's standard isn't what he says, it's what he allows. You don't need to lecture a woman, argue with her, or have endless conversations about how she should treat you. That's what most men get wrong. They think respect is built through words, but in truth it's built through boundaries she can feel. If she's testing you, pushing buttons, or trying to get a reaction, it's because she doesn't yet believe there's a line she can't cross. And that's where your power comes in, not by talking, but by acting. When a woman disrespects you and you keep showing up, you've taught her that your standard is low. When she cancels on you last minute and you still ask her out again, you've shown her that your time has no value. When she gives you attitude and you reward it with more attention, you've silently told her that she can behave however she wants and still keep access to you. That's not masculinity, that's submission. But when you start responding with nothing, no energy, no reaction, no continued access, you've made your point without a single word. That silence stings. She starts asking herself questions. Did I go too far? Why did he suddenly back off? Did I just lose a real man? And that's when the shift happens, because a man who can walk in silence is a man she can't control. He doesn't need to tell her he's high value. He makes her feel it through his actions. Let's be clear, this doesn't mean being passive or ignoring red flags. It means being deliberate. It means when she tests your patience, you don't lose your cool. You remove your presence. When she tries to bait you into an argument, you don't play along. You excuse yourself and go silent. Not in anger, but in control. That silence will echo louder than anything you could have said. And here's what most men miss. Women want a man who won't allow everything. They may push, they may challenge, but deep down, they're looking for structure. They don't want to lead. They don't want a yes man. They want someone who respects himself so much that he doesn't allow disrespect in any form, even if it means losing her. That's when she starts chasing your approval. That's when she starts correcting her tone, watching her behavior, trying to get back on your good side. Because now she sees you as a man who leads with strength. You set the standard not by demanding better behavior, but by making it very clear that once she crosses a line, she loses access to the man you are. No tantrums, no back and forth. Just a door closing quietly and her wondering what she just lost. 3. Don't try to earn her respect. This is where most men fall flat. When a woman disrespects them, they immediately go into damage control. They start working overtime to prove themselves. They think if they just act right, buy gifts, be more romantic, be more available, she'll start respecting them again. But that mindset is broken. Respect is not something you earn from a woman who's already decided to look down on you. It's something you command from the start. And the moment you try to earn it back, you've already lost the frame. Trying to earn her respect means you've put her above you. It means you've handed her the crown and are now kneeling for her approval. That's not a masculine position, that's a follower's posture. A man who respects himself doesn't negotiate for a woman's validation. He doesn't look for her to tell him he's good enough. He already knows who he is, what he brings, and what he stands for. Her disrespect doesn't shake that. It just exposes who she really is. The brutal truth is this: the more you try to prove your worth to a disrespectful woman, the more she loses attraction for you. Not only does she not respect you, now she pities you. She sees you trying, begging, explaining, overcompensating, and she checks out emotionally. She stops listening. She stops caring. Because you've positioned yourself as someone trying to win her approval rather than commanding her attention by simply walking in your power. Let her be confused. Let her wonder why you're not reacting. Let her feel the distance when she crosses the line. That silence, that boundary, that refusal to play the validation game. That's what flips the dynamic. It's not about punishing her. It's about refusing to enter a space where your manhood is on trial. You don't stand in front of a woman hoping to be approved like a job applicant. You walk in already knowing you're the standard. If she sees it, great. If she doesn't, you exit without complaint. A woman can sense when a man is trying too hard. She can smell desperation. And the second she realizes you're seeking her respect, she knows she has emotional leverage over you. That's when the games start. That's when she tests you more. That's when she talks to you like you're beneath her, because you've shown her that you'll tolerate it in exchange for affection or attention. So stop trying to earn what should be automatic. Respect is not a reward for doing enough. It's the entry requirement. And when you stop performing and start standing firm in your values, that's when women either fall in line or fall out of your life. Either way, you win. Because the goal isn't just to be liked, it's to be respected by the kind of woman who understands what a real man is. 4. Stay emotionally unavailable when disrespected. There's one trait every powerful man carries in silence: emotional control. The moment a woman disrespects you, she's trying to gauge your emotional temperature. She wants to see if she can get under your skin. And here's the trap. The second you react, whether through anger, over-explaining, sulking, or chasing, you've shown her that you're emotionally invested in her chaos. And nothing kills respect faster than a man who can be easily triggered. A lot of men confuse passion with power. They think that raising their voice or going into long emotional speeches will make a woman take them seriously. It doesn't. It makes her tune out. In her mind, if she can control how you feel, she can control you. If she can get you emotional, she knows she owns the frame. But when you become emotionally unavailable the moment she disrespects you, everything changes. Now she doesn't know where she stands. She can't read you. She starts questioning her own behavior. This doesn't mean you become cold or distant in a passive-aggressive way. It means you remove emotional access from someone who hasn't earned it. You don't reward disrespect with your energy. You don't try to prove your point to someone who's already decided not to listen. You detach. You let your silence speak louder than any angry words ever could. Being emotionally unavailable in these moments is not about punishing her, it's about protecting yourself. You guard your mind. You don't let her insults, sarcasm, or power plays shake you. You stay calm, collected, and unavailable. And that's when the psychological shift begins. Because now, she's the one chasing clarity. She's the one trying to figure out why her usual tactics don't work on you. She's the one who suddenly realizes she may have overstepped. Think about it like this. Every time you react emotionally to disrespect, you reinforce it. You're rewarding the behavior with a show. You're confirming that she still has emotional power over you. But when you detach, when you stay cool, when you remove your emotional presence from the situation entirely, she has nothing to hold on to, no leverage, no control. And here's where it becomes powerful. Emotional unavailability is not a game. It's a standard. You don't offer emotional intimacy to someone who speaks to you like you're beneath her. You don't engage in conversations that go nowhere. You don't argue for your worth. Your energy is earned, not given. And the moment a woman disrespects you, she's no longer in that circle. Women respect emotional restraint far more than emotional displays. The man who doesn't flinch, who doesn't chase, who simply steps back and observes, that man is unpredictable, and that unpredictability breeds attraction, because now she's not sure what he's thinking, what he's planning, or if she even still has access to him. Be that man. 5. Control the access. She has to you. Disrespect happens when a woman feels too comfortable violating boundaries without consequences. She knows she can talk to you any kind of way and still hear from you tomorrow. She knows she can ignore your calls, embarrass you in public, or make passive-aggressive comments, and you'll still show up like nothing happened. That's because she still has full access to you, and as long as she has that access, she has no reason to stop. A man who values himself doesn't just walk away. He limits access. He controls who gets his time, attention, words, energy, and presence. Women know the difference between a man who says he's done and a man who actually vanishes from her world. One is playing games. The other has shut the door and locked it. And when you take away access, it forces her to feel the consequences of her actions without you lifting a finger. Modern dating has taught men to believe that being consistent means always being available, always being reachable, and always being the bigger person. But in reality, consistency without boundaries is a recipe for being disrespected. You teach people how to treat you by what you continue to allow. So when she crosses the line and you do nothing, she learns that access to you is guaranteed, no matter how poorly she acts. That's not loyalty. That's low standards. Cut the access. Not in a loud or emotional way, just quietly reduce her presence in your world. Stop responding instantly. Stop making time for her. Stop letting her back in just because she shows up with a smile. Make her work to be let back in if she even gets the chance. Your time is valuable. Your peace is non-negotiable. If she doesn't know that, teach her with distance. Let her feel what it's like not to have your attention on demand. Let her see that you're not afraid to walk alone. That's when the power dynamic shifts. Because now she realizes you don't need her energy, her attention, or her validation. You've made it clear, access to you is a privilege, not a right. And she'll either start acting like someone who deserves that access or lose it entirely. You have to make it expensive for people to mistreat you. And the currency they pay is distance. When you control access, you're not playing hard to get. You're showing her she's not entitled to your presence just because you once had something. She has to maintain it. She has to protect it. And the moment she disrespects it, it disappears. Stop being the man who's always there, no matter how bad it gets. Be the man who knows that his presence is rare, valuable, and not to be taken lightly. 6. Don't explain your worth. Here's one of the most common traps men fall into when dealing with disrespect. They start explaining themselves. They go into long talks, trying to justify their value, their intentions, their loyalty, their love. They try to make her see how good they are. But here's the harsh truth. If she doesn't already see your worth, she doesn't deserve to be close to it. You don't explain your value to someone who's choosing to ignore it. You walk away and let her feel the absence of what she took for granted. Explaining your worth is rooted in insecurity. It's a need to be validated. It shows that deep down, you're hoping she'll wake up and say, "Oh, I finally get it now." But most of the time, she already knows what you bring. She's just seeing how much she can get away with. And when you start listing out your qualities, reminding her of what you've done, or trying to prove that you're a good man, you've put her in the position of the judge. And you're standing in front of her like a defendant, trying not to get thrown out of court. That dynamic is backwards. A man who knows his value doesn't explain it. He lives it. He shows it through the way he moves, the people he allows near him, and the lines he refuses to let anyone cross. He doesn't chase validation. He doesn't beg for recognition. He lets his absence be the lesson. You disrespect me, you lose me. Simple. This doesn't mean you stay silent forever or suppress your feelings. It means when you do speak, it's decisive. It's direct. It doesn't come from a place of emotional desperation. It comes from clarity. One statement is more powerful than 100 paragraphs when it comes from a man who's already made up his mind. That's not how I allow people to talk to me. And then you leave. That's power. That's what earns respect. When you explain your worth to a woman who disrespects you, you're giving her a sense of power she hasn't earned. She gets to decide if your explanation is good enough, if your behavior meets her standards, if your effort deserves a second chance. And just like that, you've lost control of the frame. You're no longer the man she was once drawn to. You're now the one chasing her approval. Real men don't sell themselves. They walk like they're already sold. And the right woman sees that. She sees the way you hold your ground, the way you exit quietly when disrespected, the way you never feel the need to argue for your value. That's what makes her respect you. That's what makes her regret losing you. So next time you feel the urge to explain yourself, don't. Let your distance, your silence, and your peace do the talking. And let her realize she fumbled something she'll never find again. 7. Replace her energy with purpose. When a woman disrespects you, the worst thing you can do is sit around thinking about her, overanalyzing what she said, what she meant, or how you can get back in her good graces. That's what most men do. They waste hours, even days, replaying the disrespect in their head, wondering where they went wrong. But here's the truth that separates men who get walked over from men who level up. Instead of sitting in that space, you replace her energy with purpose. You take all that attention and emotion and redirect it towards something that feeds your life, not hers. Purpose is the one thing that shifts every dynamic in your favor. When your life has a mission that doesn't revolve around a woman, you're no longer shaken by who leaves, who stays, or who respects you. You know what you're building, you know where you're going. And because of that, your time and focus become weapons, not things you hand out carelessly. A man on purpose doesn't chase disrespect. He doesn't argue for a spot in someone's life. He's too busy creating a life people want to be part of. Let her attitude be a gift. It showed you where to draw the line. Now take that clarity and pour it into your goals. Hit the gym harder, double down on your business, elevate your skills, read, network, create, build. Do things that move the needle forward for you, not for her. Because once you start moving with purpose, you stop moving with emotion. And that's when everything changes. That's when you become untouchable. Here's what happens when you switch your focus from her to your purpose. Your energy becomes magnetic. Women feel it. The same woman who once disrespected you starts watching you from a distance, realizing that the man she dismissed is no longer reachable. Your glow-up becomes the revenge. Your discipline becomes the story. You don't need to block her. You don't need to post fake quotes about self-worth. You simply outgrow the version of yourself that tolerated the disrespect, and now she's the one who's uninvited. Men who sit still in pain become bitter. Men who use pain as fuel become powerful. So don't just walk away from her, walk into something better. Use her disrespect as confirmation that she's not part of your future, and put all your focus into making that future so solid that even she wouldn't be qualified to step into it again. You're not here to be disrespected. You're here to build something that commands respect without having to say a word. A man with purpose doesn't tolerate nonsense. He doesn't slow down for games. And he doesn't let any woman, no matter how beautiful, distract him from the mission. Let her energy go. Replace it with your purpose. And let that be the last lesson she ever teaches you. The way you respond to disrespect defines your value as a man. You don't fight for her respect. You remove yourself from anything that lacks it. You stay calm, you stay grounded, and you redirect your energy toward your mission. The moment you stop explaining, reacting, and chasing, everything changes. She either rises to meet your standard or fades out of your life. Either way, you win. Because you weren't built to beg, you were built to lead. So next time a woman disrespects you, remember this. Respect isn't requested. It's required. And any woman who can't give it doesn't get you. Period. And remember, if you're serious about mastering the dating game, don't miss out on my exclusive online course. We go beyond what's covered in these videos, giving you powerful insights from the first approach to lasting attraction. It's easy to enroll with a secure payment option. Visit stoicapproachtolife.podia.com or simply click the link in the description to secure your spot. Don't wait until it's too late. Take action now and start transforming your dating life today. I want to especially appreciate you for taking your time to watch till the end of this video. I hope the video helps you improve every aspect of your relationship with women. Until next time, this is Stoic Approach to Life.